Hey there, football fanatics! Today we're diving headfirst into a controversy that's got the football world buzzing. The shocking reason they might cancel the 2024 Ballon d'Or. Yup, you heard that right. Grab your popcorn and settle in because we're gonna break it down in a way that's as entertaining as a Ronaldo versus Messi debate at a pub. The great football transition? Well, football is in a weird, wacky transition right now. Blame it on the World Cup's funky new format or the Champions League's facelift, but things are just off. For the past 2 decades, we've been spoiled by 2 alien-like players, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. These guys set the bar so high, it's practically in orbit. Seriously, when you get used to someone scoring 91 goals in a season or winning back-to-back-to-back Champions League titles, 40-goal seasons seem almost meh. Messi and Ronaldo have been like the overachievers in class who ruined the grading curve for everyone else. But now, with these legends winding down their careers, we're left in a kind of footballing limbo. The newer generation is talented, no doubt, but they're struggling to fill those colossal boots. So we find ourselves in a bizarre situation where no one seems to clearly stand out as the best. It's like we're in a football twilight zone, and it's driving everyone a bit bonkers. Who's the best now? Without the Messi-Ronaldo duopoly, it's actually fun to debate who deserves the Ballon d'Or, and guess what? The final months of the campaign matter more than ever. Vinicius Jr. is a media darling with a La Liga title, a Champions League win, and top scorer status for Real Madrid. Sounds impressive, right? But let's be real. When he suits up for Brazil, he's like Clark Kent without the cape. Brazil has been underwhelming in Copa America, struggling to beat Uruguay and Argentina. Vinicius Jr. versus Suarez stats-wise, Vinicius Jr. is getting dwarfed by mid-2010 Luis Suarez, who didn't even crack the top 3 in Ballon d'Or voting back then. Suarez was putting up 50-plus goals and 20-plus assists. Vinicius Jr., 24 goals and 11 assists. It's like comparing a firecracker to a fireworks show. Maybe it's time for a makeup call. If we're really stuck, how about giving the Ballon d'Or to Robert Lewandowski, who was robbed in 2020? Just saying. Erling Haaland, the goal machine. Roy Keane might say Erling Haaland has the technique of a League 2 player, but guess what? He's a goal-scoring machine. With 50 goals and 20 assists, Haaland is a beast, yet Norway isn't exactly helping his case. They didn't qualify for the World Cup, and the Euros are looking iffy. It's like being a rock star in a garage band. No matter how good you are, without the right stage, it's tough to shine. Haaland might be the best pure striker of his generation, but without international success, his Ballon d'Or chances take a hit. Kylian Mbappe. The almost king, Mbappe, with 50 goals and 20 assists, also falls short of the ultimate glory. PSG bombed out of the Champions League, failing to score against Dortmund. Not a great look for Mbappe. Winning Ligue 1 and Coupe de France is cool, but come on, it's PSG, they win those in their sleep. And France getting knocked out of the Euros puts Mbappe's hope to win his first Ballon d'Or out the window. Mbappe is like the kid who does all his homework but still fails the test because he forgot to answer the questions on the back of the page. He's got all the talent in the world, but without the big trophies, it's hard to argue he's the best. Jude Bellingham, the prodigy! Finally, we can't ignore Jude Bellingham. He left Dortmund for Real Madrid and bagged La Liga and the Champions League. Bellingham's stellar performance at Real Madrid contrasts sharply with his lackluster showings for England, even though they're grinding out results in the most boring way possible. Still, Bellingham deserves to be in this conversation. He's like the straight-A student who aces every test but gets detention for doodling in his notebook. Brilliant, but maybe not fully appreciated. The controversy, alright, let's get into why the 2024 Ballon d'Or might actually get cancelled. It sounds crazy, but hear me out. The footballing world is buzzing with rumors that the Ballon d'Or could be shelved this year, and there are a few reasons why this might happen. 1. The lack of a standout performer. The first and most glaring reason is the lack of a clear standout performer. We've got a bunch of great players, but no one has really grabbed the season by the horns and declared, "I am the best." In previous years, Messi and Ronaldo made it easy. Their stats were mind-blowing and their impact on the game was undeniable. This year though, we've got a lot of very good players, but no one who's head and shoulders above the rest. 2. The World Cup hangover. The World Cup is the pinnacle of football, and it just wrapped up not too long ago. Players are exhausted. The schedules have been packed and injuries have been more frequent. It's like everyone's running on fumes, and that's showing on the pitch. The quality of play hasn't been as high, and that makes it harder to pick a definitive best player. 3. Controversies and scandals. From financial fair play violations to match-fixing allegations, the sport has been mired in off-field drama. It's like a soap opera out there, and it's taking the focus away from the actual game. The Ballon d'Or is supposed to celebrate the best in football, but when the sport is in turmoil, it feels a bit tone-deaf to hand out awards. 4. The changing landscape of football. With the rise of clubs from leagues that aren't traditionally powerhouses, the dynamics are shifting. Players are moving to leagues like the MLS, the Saudi Pro League, and others, where they might not face the same level of competition. This complicates the evaluation process for awards like the Ballon d'Or, as it's harder to compare performances across different leagues. 5. The call for reform. Finally, there's a growing call for reform. Many believe the Ballon d'Or voting process is outdated and biased. Critics argue that it favors attacking players in big-name clubs, often overlooking defenders, goalkeepers, and players from smaller clubs. There's a push to revamp the award to make it more inclusive and representative of the entire footballing world. What happens if it's canceled? Well, if they do cancel the Ballon d'Or this year, it would be unprecedented and would send shockwaves through the football community. It could lead to significant changes in how individual awards are perceived and awarded in the future. It might also prompt other organizations to step up and create their own awards, leading to a more diversified landscape of football. This year's Ballon d'Or race is like a crazy roller coaster. Players who finished second, third, or fourth in previous years would have walked away with it this time. But someone's got to win, right? Drop your Ballon d'Or predictions in the comments below. Who do you think should take home the golden ball? Until next time, keep the debate alive and stay passionate about the beautiful game. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more football fun.